Hey, good evening. How is everyone? It is good to see you. And guys, I got to tell you something. It's good to be seen by you. I am, as far as science and cryptozoologists, the X-Files, the CIA, the NSA, and the NFL are aware. The one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live on a Friday night, or at least as far as you know. I could be Chat GPT. Anyway, but I'm not. So I'm glad everyone is here. But all saying there's 11 of you now. There's 8 of you. So whatever that number is, welcome. I'm glad to see you all here. Kyle from Dying Breed, lovely to see you, my friend. Tim's a little upset about the nachos situation out in the audience. So somebody drone dropped that man some guac and some and some chips. Speaking of guac, God, I love it when I get transitions. Able to just jump right into those things. Speaking of guac, tomorrow I am going to start assigning slots. If you have signed up to run a game, I'm going to start assigning your slots based on your times for the rooms. If we run out of rooms on any given day, remember, guys, this is Discord. I can add as many additional voice channels as I want. So don't worry your pretty little heads. And you are pretty. I have the best looking audience of all of the 5-night-a-week classic tabletop role-playing game live streams on YouTube. I have the best looking audience. So anyway, don't sweat it. I will add more, but I don't think we've got that much overlap. But I want to have them there. Also, I will be adding my games. I know some of you guys have been waiting to see, like, waiting to sign up for other games, waiting to see what I might do and when I might do it. Let me just tell you guys what it has boiled down to now. So the guac plan for me is I'm going to do an introduction to first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to do a dungeon demo. That's right. We're going to demonstrate the board game dungeon. That will have a very limited number of seats, probably me and 3 others. We are going to do Space Hulk demo, which is going to be even narrower. It's going to be me and possibly 3 others, maybe 2 others. And last but not least, I'm going to do a Hero Quest demo, which is going to have lots more availabilities. That will probably be me and maybe as many as 4 other players. So if you haven't played Space Hulk, if you haven't played Dungeon, if you haven't played Hero Quest, or if you haven't played first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons, then this is your chance. This is your chance. And how am I going to do it? Well, I'll tell you how I'm going to do it. Basically, I'm going to have the cameras, everything's going to be set up, and the board, and you guys are going to say, hey, I want to move here, I want to move there. So that's how we're going to do it with the board game stuff. With the AD&D, it's just, I don't even know that I'm going to use a camera for AD&D because I don't want to get too much into Dwarven Forge and miniatures, because the essence of AD&D is not how much cool looking crap you can pile on the table, right? It's playing D&D. So a Space Hulk smashes, Jorge. It absolutely smashes. It's always nice to see the Gene Stealer player roll like 1-1-3 or 1-1-2, and your bog standard normal Terminator Marine rolls a 6 in melee combat. But anyhow, So yeah, all those things are coming, and I'm going to be adding my games to the grid. One is already up there. One is already up there. The first edition AD&D game, I believe, is already up. If it's not, it's going to be up. So fear not, I will be adding that very, very soon. So hopefully you guys will want to do that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when I'm talking about the Guac, what is the Guac? Why, that is the great underground online gaming convention that we have every spring. It is online, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. And the total cost to you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is $0. We have merch. We're going to have an artist alley on Saturday evening. Richard Witters and Tracy Lesh are going to be at the artist alley. We're going to have an open panel discussion in a room with Matt Finch. So you can be now. The number of tickets for the Matt Finch event may unfortunately be limited by the number of people you can have in a Discord chat, which is 25. So that's going to be a ticketed event, in that I am going to post it up, and you guys are, folks are going to have to sign up for it. So if you want a chance to talk to Matt Finch or to talk to Tracy and Richard, we're doing it on the Discord. So that's how that will go. Michael Mertig asks, is this Hulk from space? No. Space Hulk is basically a thinly veiled ripoff of Aliens, but it's set in the 40K universe with guys that are called Terminators. They're space marines, but they wear extra heavy tactical dreadnought armor. Not to be confused with Space Hulk dreadnoughts, which are different. But you basically go into the drifting amalgamation of asteroids and abandoned starships and everything else that have kind of gotten mashed together into these almost planet-sized wrecks that drift in and out of the space warp sometimes. And you're there to stop the gene stealers that inevitably wind up infesting them from being able to land on nearby planets, or you're there to recover stuff from the Dark Ages of Technology, which is a stupid name because the Dark Ages of Technology was when the Imperium's technology was at its height. But anyway, and it's a tactical board game. You can see some of the miniatures I've got over here, which they don't show up real good on camera at this range, but it is primarily a miniatures board game. So yeah, there's no Incredible Hulk. The Hulk refers to the ruin of spaceships, space stations, hollowed out asteroids, small moons, chunks of planet, ice, comets, that sort of thing, that gravitate together to form these spaceships of the damned. So we will be playing probably the first mission, which is the best one, called Unalive Yourself mission. And you guys know why I can't say that actually on YouTube. Two questions about it. And I know my Gamma World team is championing the bit, but I do want to answer these. Kabuki asks, do I prefer the Space Hulk rules with or without the sand timer? During a demo, with. And Jorge asks, is it available in some form or it became a collector's item? Unfortunately, right now, it's a collector's item. It was first released in 1989, before Games Workshop became chaotic evil. Or no, Games Workshop is lawful evil. They were chaotic good back then. There's a completely different alignment now. But then it went out of print, and then second edition came out, and second edition stayed around for the longest time, but then gradually they stopped producing it in the early 2000s. and it was kind of a collector's item, but everything was not FOMO back then. You could still pick up a copy on that eBay auction site, for 50 or 60 bucks. In 2009, they released third edition Space Hulk, which was a return to the rules of first edition. And then in 2014, they released fourth edition, which was mostly the same, a few graphical changes in the box design and so on, and a couple of new missions. And plus, I think then they added, Psycho rules were in. Oh, I know what they added, some more weapons and so on and etc. It should have been an expansion box, but we can discuss the specifics of that. Robert Phillips, hello, how are you? I hope you're freezing your ass in Lake Geneva. I'm just kidding. I'm jealous as hell, but I hope you're having fun, Robert. I really do. But that was 2014 was their last release of Space Hulk, and FOMO has firmly gotten its hooks into the games. A first edition with the Gene Stealer and Deathwing expansions will cost you north of $500 if it's all intact. First edition by itself, probably $200 or $300. Second edition, couple of hundred. Third edition, couple of hundred. Fourth edition, a couple of hundred. So it's expensive. So anyway, so that all that's coming, and tomorrow you guys are going to see. So if you're not signed up for the guac, I'm gonna drop the link real quick here for just a minute before we start. Let's see. Switch to that tab. And I'm going to paste this up. I have second and third, so between us, you and I I do have the rule books, counters, and all the Greeblies for fourth. I saw them on eBay for like $39.99. It was basically the set minus the box and the miniatures for fourth. So I grabbed that. I grabbed that. So anyway, if you haven't played, or if you haven't, listen to me, if you haven't signed up for the guac, there's the link. Check it out. Again, it's free. We're going to have merch. We got a cool logo this year that was designed by Sky Hernstrom. Yes. Do I have his Thune's Vision, the Eye of Sonu, that Sky Hernstrom. So he has designed the guac logo, which you can see over. It's not a secret. You can see it over on the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention page. I hope you'll sign up, and I hope you'll want to play. So, with that said, are you guys ready for some Gamma World? If you're ready for some Gamma World, I'm ready to run some Gamma World because we've been going on for about 15 minutes now. Excellent, Jake. Bonesaw is ready. All right. Hey, the 80s guy. All right, everybody. So, as is tradition, let us welcome in our players of Gamma World. Let us once again put our hands together for Do Re Mi, played by Kevin.
Hello, hello.
That power armored star of screen and stage. Everybody say hello to Yang Yan Zhao as the one and only. Not really. Rex Dashington.
Good evening.
And he might be probably sane, but he's definitely Doomsword Deathmaster.
Hey, what's going on?
You, man, you.
Hell yeah, I am.
Right on. Okay, so last week, for those of you who weren't here, or maybe you were here and you have forgotten, last week, the party had gone to the happiest place on earth. They had last visited it many moons ago and set the robotic systems there aright and helped Walt return it to its pre-war stage. And now they visited again to recover Rex Dashington's wife and daughter, who are in stasis in the park, to try and get them to the Starship Warden, which is hanging in space dock over the planet, and hopefully find a way to cure them or make them immune, rather, to the remnants of bioweapons that still exist in the Earth's atmosphere. In the time of Gamma World, you see they had been in cryostasis just slightly longer than Rex Dashington had, going all the way back to the 22nd century. So, on going to the happiest place on Earth, Walt was more than happy to help you guys out. The park was in great condition. You even saw other tribes people and so on milling about the place, having fun. And that warmed your hearts. If you're a mutant, that is hearts plural. But Walt did ask you, since you were going in that direction anyway, could you stop by someplace called Adventureland and look in on something called the Pirates of the Caribbean? Because he had sent some maintenance bots there earlier in the day and they hadn't reported back. Upon entering, you found it more or less in the same kind of abandoned condition that other locations you had found. Strangely enough, you had been approached, not attacked, at least not initially, by outlandishly dressed androids, all copies of each other, just sort of asking you vague questions like, why is the rum gone? And so on. Rex Dashington had led a gaggle of nearly 100 into a nearby pond. And when you'd returned to Pirates of the Caribbean, there were still more. Probably sane, decided to shoot one, and it is standing before you, and its eyes have started to glow red, and it has raised up some kind of projectile weapon in one hand and a sword in the other. And that is where we were last week. So probably saying you've got a Johnny Depp bot as Captain Jack Sparrow, a Sparrow droid, in front of you, who regards you for a second and says, you see, you're an intruder, and I'm going to have to deal with you. Park guests are not allowed in this part of the ride. Lethal force has been authorized. And so he's pointing some kind of weapon at you, probably saying, with your preternatural dexterity, what do you wish to do to the Depp bot?
Right. Well, I wish to laugh, but I'm gonna do something different. So how many of these guys did we last determine there were? There was like a river of these things flowing into this boat or something. It seemed like
there. You had led what seemed like close to maybe 100 out into the lake. Rex had basically pipered them into a lake, and then you'd come back. But it looks like there's at least a few milling about still.
Right, I remember that. So we still got the little skirmishers, the little guys who think they're badass hanging out. Yeah, well, I'm obviously going to shoot that dude down with my laser rifle.
Alrighty, and the dice roller should be up and working, so give us a D20 roll.
It were rolled, so you should have seen it, or it might take a moment.
Did not see it on the screen. Let me do a refresh there. I see the 14. So at this Yeah, I do see the 14, even if we didn't see it on screen. You know what? Maybe that is on me. Let me double check. I had a wonderful video conference today with Tim Inholt, and I might have turned DD Dice off, or it might be. Let me just. I'm just throwing a DC to see if we can.
I see it, but not in the window.
Oh, that is a shame. Let's turn that off. Let's turn it back on. And one more roll. Yeah, again, it's not appearing on screen, guys. Sorry about that. We'll just have to tell you guys what we roll as we roll them. Hey, Miss Bella Games, good to see you. Michael, I'm not sure what you're asking there, buddy. Does Jack Photon keep stats of this show or just Star Trek TOS? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so you shoot him at close range. Roll your damage.
Right on. That would be 24.
That would be 24. You burn a good-sized hole in him, and he just kind of looks down and looks back up and leans it, puts a hand on your chest, puts a hand on your shoulder, and says, I tell you what, I'll give you another shot in a minute, but now it's my turn. So what is Rex Dashington doing?
Well, Rex is going to try something a little different. He is going to pull out his employee badge, and he's going to say, we are not guests of the park. We are employees here on Walt's behalf. Everyone, please stand down.
Okay. Let's see. What is Do-Re-Mi doing?
I'm going to say I'm with him, but I'm also shooting him with my laser pistol.
So you're taking the middle path.
That's right.
Okay. So why don't we go ahead and start then? Kevin, roll initiative for us while I try and fix our on-screen dice roller issue.
I got a 6.
I saw that. You got a 6. So yes, he's too interested in trying to be polite to this obviously errant park goer. So Rex soliloquy takes no time, so you tell him that. Also, someone was asking about pirate RPGs. It's an obscure, rare one, but Crimson Cutlass. You can check out that one. I used to own a copy of the rules, and I gave them to a friend of mine, and I kind of wish I'd kept them, which is not to say, yeah, he says, right, well, if you were if you were employees, you wouldn't be down here attacking park property. So go ahead and take your shot, Kev.
All right. 15.
A 15 will hit.
Yeah. Okay. 5d6. This is class 13.
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, too many dice. How do I clear? Well, I clear them all, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't knock one off at a time, at least not on this.
It's 14 damage.
You burn a hole in his shoulder, and he kind of, with the weapon in his hand, he points it at you, and he points it at Doom's sword, and then he points at you, and he points at Doom's sword, and he says, this one, I think. And he is going to blast probably Sane.
Man, hell with this guy.
All right, so weapon class 13. Your armor class you're 2, correct?
I believe I'm 3. Yeah, I'm armor class 3.
I always want to give you better armor class than
that's cool. Go ahead. Actually, since you always wanted to do that, can we just make it 0?
No, because he just burned a hole in your armor and you. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have 19 points of damage.
All right. Oh,
Zap.
you'll pay for that, Debster.
All right. So it's a new round. Probably Sane, do you want to shoot the Dep bot back?
Yeah, so did that descriptively it seemed completely ineffective, but you know,
I mean,
from the perspective,
there's like a hole in
Right.
his silk shirt, melted plastic. You can see circuitry moving, but I mean, like he's not staggering back in pain, right? He's a bot of some kind.
At least not from the injury, just from his behavior.
yeah. Well, skills-based matchmaking says that I shoot him in the face.
Okay, skills-based matchmaking. I saw that too. All right. I am. Go ahead and roll your attack. I am attempting to fix the on-screen die roller for us here. So go ahead and do that.
Would you like to fix it first and then have me roll, or should I roll and then you fix?
All right. So there's that, and I'll just throw a d6 and we'll see if that now works.
No. Yes.
Yes. All right. So go ahead and do your thing, Dooms.
Alrighty. That'd be a 13.
13, and that will hit.
All right. This will leave 2 charges in the laser
Okay,
rifle.
so that's 2024. That's 44. And how much did you do, Kevin? Was it 19?
No, 14.
14. Okay, so 458. All right. Okay, so Doremi and Rex Dashington, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to shoot him again because he seems to need it.
All right.
Yeah.
Rex, he has not acknowledged your employment status.
Rex is going to turn to probably Sane and say, see, this is why we can't have nice things. And then shoot it in the face.
Okay. All right.
It's not.
Then Yang, roll initiative, please. That's going to be a D6. Oh, you guys are going to go first. He's obviously slowed down by the damage you guys have done. Unless you roll a 1 also, and Yang, roll initiative, bud.
I did. Didn't it show up? It says 2 for me.
It did not.
It did not.
Huh.
Not in either the app or.
Yeah, I don't see it on the
Okay.
app.
That would be wrong room, wouldn't it?
No, I'm in the one with the...
There we go. Okay, now it's working.
Well, we'll take that then.
All right. Okay, so you guys go first. Rex, take your shot.
Nice.
That you shoot
Sweet.
him dead in his robotic face. So
Ooh, 14.
He's mostly dead.
Probably dead.
yeah, like almost all the synth flesh is melted off. He's just got one eyeliner decorated eye. You know, there's the lower jaw is there, and there's the speaker in the back of it. So Kevin, take your shot.
All right. I have one more shot before I have to reload. 10, class 13.
A10. Let's see.
Nice.
All right. 13. Yeah, that's actually going to hit.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, wait. No. I'm sorry. A 10. Yeah.
Well, if I hit, it does 19. Otherwise, it does 0.
You did hit. You burn a hole in something important, and he just kind of doubles over with one final sort of melting, sparking, grinding. Where's the room? Plank. Falls
Where's
down
the
on
sparrow
floor.
gone?
You guys hear this sort of buzzing sound, and these yellow lights nearby start to rotate, and you hear a voiceover say, "Maintenance warning. Captain Jack Sparrow number 98 has been deactivated. Activating Captain Jack Sparrow number 99." All right. So to describe where you guys are at, you're basically you're on a smooth gray concrete floor. To your right, there's what look like buildings of the ancients, and plus there's what looks like a small rail track. To your left, sort of out of sight, like you couldn't see this if you were on the rail track or up by the imitation ancient buildings. There is a door that is slightly ajar, and the yellow lights are over that and flashing. So what are you guys doing now?
What you doing, Rex? I'm waiting on you, man.
Well, there has to be some kind of a master shutoff. Maybe we just need to go back into the pirates area and basically just deactivate everything.
Yo, though, it just me, or this guy seemed to be thinking a little bit slower per operation lately.
Nothing from Do Re Mi in response to that.
Well, yeah, I'd like to go through the yellow door.
Okay.
Well, damn, I see how you guys feel about it.
But I'll follow. I'm not doing it on my own.
Okay. So who's going in towards that area?
Well, I guess I'll go if that's if that's where you think we need to go from your computer expertise. Let's go through the door.
Well, it's got that flashing, spinning yellow light thing, so I think that's probably where the problem is, right?
Man, just go. I'll go first.
Okay.
Somebody just go.
We'll Jack Sparrow stagger over towards the door and get in there.
Okay. Yeah, the door is ajar. It's heavy and metal, and there's that what you now know is the Mickey Mouse logos on it, and it says authorized personnel only, and there's a card slot and all that. But the door is ajar, so you can just move it aside.
We don't need no stinking badges. Open the door.
On the other side of the door, there is a vaulted chamber. You kind of got to take a short flight of stairs down into it, and I mean like 4 steps down. There is machinery in here that is it's working, and you step inside just in time to see what look like a set of giant metal arms pick up a metal skeleton, and they move it over to this oval sort of cylindrical shaped thing that is split in twain. They place it inside, and that shuts, and you hear a hissing sound, and lights on it begin to flash.
I hope Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't come out of this.
I think it's going to be Jack Sparrow 99, unfortunately.
All right, and there's all kinds of flashing panels and buttons and that sort of thing on the wall.
Man, this ain't looking good.
Yo, why don't you see if you can figure out what those buttons do?
Yeah, I'm going to go up there and see if I can stop it from reconstituting a Jack Sparrow or whatever it's doing.
Okay. All right. So this is a fairly complex machine, but you're also insanely good at this. Something I need to do something about that someday. But go ahead and give me a D10 roll, please.
All right. That's a 4 with my mods.
That's a 4 with your mods.
That's
okay.
Right.
Let's see. I'm going to put this. Okay, yeah. So you think you're able to narrow down the section of controls you need to you need to work.
Okay.
All right, give me a roll again.
It's a 5.
All right. Well, you're able to flip a few switches, and some lights that were on green have now flipped over to yellow.
All right. Roll. Come on. There you go. -3.
Okay. Yeah, you've got some indicators that are lit up. Say, halt process. Stop synth flesh injections, and you're flipping those. Can you give me another roll there?
All right. That's a 6 actually, so that's a 1 modified.
Okay, you think you've just about got this thing under control. Roll initiative for me, if you would, please.
All right. That's 6. Yes.
I hate you guys to death. All right, let's see.
We hate ourselves more than you ever could every day.
It's a tie. Roll a d10. There's that hissing sound, sort of a whitish smoke comes out. What is that total?
Well, it's an 8. Do I modify it or not?
No, you modify it normally.
Okay, so it's a 3.
It's a 3. Okay, so you're farting around with this, and that takes you a while longer. The thing swings open, and out steps another Captain Jack Sparrow, fully clothed. He's got the pistol. He's got the sword. He kind of looks around at you guys and says, "Why is the rum gone? I don't think you're supposed to be back here in an employee area." "That's what I think you should do, mate, as you should leave immediately." All right, so what are you guys going to do?
Who super chatted this crap? They did it to direct the email too, because I would have known otherwise.
Well, if anyone wants an unending stream of Johnny Depp bots, please throw me a super chat. I'll make it happen. But for right now, it's all scot-free from the button-down mind of the Dungeon Delver.
Does it appear that I can stop it from producing another one, or is it shut down for now?
No, you can take another whack at it because it's
okay.
The lights are still on and everything. Okay,
that's what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
I'm laughing.
All right, it's just standing there looking around.
Rex will try to say to it, "There's rum at a small boat in the pond outside."
All right. So let's roll initiative again. So I think it is your turn, probably Sane. Probably Sane, definitely an initiative roll.
Sorry, I had to find my mouse cursor. All right, 4.
Okay, so you tell him that there is rum available. Don't take this the wrong way, my friend, but I don't believe you. I rather think you're still intruders, and you should not be here. So that's it. Bugger off, the lot of you. Kevin, you want to give me a D10 roll to try and at least shut this thing down? Because it seems to be...
It's a 0.
It's a 0. You're at -5. Good. I can never kill you with old technology. Damn it. Note to self: psionic attack on Do Re Mi must reduce his intelligence. Okay.
My X guard blocks that.
Oh, excuse me. I got something in my eye, Doom Sword. Anyway,
one of my favorites.
I got an X card for that gesture.
Look into my eye, Hudson. Anyway, so yes, the You managed to shut this machinery down, but this thing is saying, right, that's it. Through that door, back to the guest areas. Go on with you. Stop tampering with the machinery. I shall become very cross.
I mean, is there anything left here that's running other than Jack Sparrow number 99?
No, you've safed the Jack Sparrow bot production mold, you think.
Is there something I could take off this machine so they can't just come back and turn it back on before we leave?
That you're gonna have to do a whole rolls of this thing.
Well, that's what I want to do. I like, guys. They're probably going to turn this back on right when we leave, and we're going to be back here again.
All right. So he draws that weapon and points it at, let's see, 1, 2, 3. He points that at probably Sane.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he's pointing at you, and he's like, last time I'm going to ask you, please leave. So you can go first. Obviously, you have the high dex. So,
all right. Well, last time I'm gonna tell you, hell no.
All right. So you can take. He leads back as your blaster bolt mules into the wall. And what is Rex Dashington doing?
Rex is going to tell Doe, stand back, and he's going to shoot whatever button console interface thing that Doe was at.
Okay.
I'm standing back.
Be turned back on.
Okay. Kevin, what is Doe doing?
I'm standing back out of the way. Oh, wait. Okay, fine, whatever.
Right,
yeah,
so
I'm going to back off. And I'm going to shoot. I'll shoot Jack Sparrow with my last round before I have to reload.
All right, let's roll initiative, and it's back to you, Kevin, for initiative.
All right. Number 4.
Number 3, go ahead and roll your 2 hit.
All right.
An 8.
Really?
Yeah. Pew! Get in line. You're next. He shoots at probably Sane. So a 13. What is probably Sane's constitution?
Man, I think that's a 14.
That's a 14.
No, actually, that's much better. It's a 17.
It's
Apologies.
a 17. All right, no, that's okay. Let's just have a quick gander. By the way, anyone out there who is watching this, and you know how on Tuesday nights I do my, hey, this is live, let's play AD&D, but I want you guys to ask questions about how things work. That's not how this works on Friday nights. It is completely gonzo, and I don't care. So if you want to know, hit me up on social media, and I'll tell you what I thought up that night. I am using the rules, but let's see. So your Constitution 17.
And I was actually typing to the chat or whatever when whatever it was hit me. So take that in consideration, Your Honor.
Yeah. So you're standing there. You draw your blaster to shoot him. You take a shot, and then just like you kind of go numb for a second, like in your armor as a stun bolt. It does not. It does not cause you to be stunned, but it like you felt it, right? If you were weaker, then you might have taken some stunning there. So Rex Dashington, you're shooting the console. No need to roll that. You blast a hole in it. But I am gonna roll. Let's see. Okay, you blast the console. Sparks begin to fly. Smoke begins to pour out of it. The capsule thing slams shut. Or rather, the metal arms grab another inert endoskeleton, swing it over to the capsule, which slams shut, and it starts to go into high-speed production. Do-Re-Mi, go ahead and take your shot on Captain Jack Sparrow.
Okay. This is my last shot before reload, and I'm gonna yell, "We are leaving!" It's time to go. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
All right. The door splits open, and another Captain Jack Sparrow walks out. Except there's something wrong. There's no hat. The top of the skull is visible in shiny metal, and when it speaks, it's just this high-pitched gabble. Like it doesn't. It's very unpleasant to listen to, but it's still making the movements like the other ones you've seen.
So is it like "Hi, kids," like we heard before, kind of high-pitched annoying, or is it different high-pitched annoying?
Screechy, broken speaker.
Okay, so it's better than the other one, but still sucks. Okay,
I'll leave that to you. The arms swing over, pick up another endoskeleton, throw it in, and it slams shut. So Rex, what are you doing? Do-Re-Mi, what are you doing? Probably Sane, what are you doing?
I want to leave. Is what I want to do. So. I'm going to head towards that door if it hasn't been shut or otherwise blocked.
You're gonna move out. What is Rex Ashington doing, Yang?
Rex is gonna say to Doe, "You didn't turn it off right." As
you got to safely shut down.
And
Rex Ashington then blasts it.
As he'll take a shot on the one that probably Sane is working on.
Okay, and Dooms, how about probably Sane?
Oh man, I didn't expect you to stick around. I'll shoot too. I ain't leaving.
Go ahead and take your shot. Uh, 15 will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Thank you, sir. That would be 20.
All right, so you do some damage to it. Let's roll initiative, and
that was last shot too. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, Rex, let's roll initiative. I got a 1.
6.
You guys got a 6. So Rex, you said you're going to shoot at the one that probably Sane was working on. Go ahead and take your shot.
Ooh,
that
7.
will miss. It is going to. I'm sorry. Is Kevin is Do-Re-Mi reloading?
Oh no! I'm going out the door, and
Okay.
I'm gonna stand in that hallway watching for jerks coming from the other direction.
All right, so you're moving out. What is your constitution there, Do-Re-Mi? I think you should be fine regardless, but what is your con?
It's 13.
It's 13. All right, so yeah, that was kind of an uncomfortable, like, yeah, sensation when it fires its ancient looking weapon that releases a stun ray into you, but it doesn't stop you from leaving the room. The machine springs open, and yeah, this one is like nightmarish. It's like the machine is obviously, it doesn't have the mechanical arms under them, but it's given it like 5 arms and a couple of heads. It's an abomination before God that steps out. But its voice seems to be working properly. Hello, why are you here in this area where you're not authorized to be? And it starts walking towards you. The robot arms pick up yet another endoskeleton, move it over, throw it in. The door slams shut. probably saying, "What are you doing?" There are now 3 depth bots in the room with you.
There's 3.
There's 3. Do-Re-Mi has left. He has just left the scene.
Well, I guess I reload.
Okay, so you're reloading. What is Rex Dashington doing, Yang?
I guess can he go out the door and take a shot as he's going out the door?
Yeah, you can't really split move and fire in
Nope.
powered armor.
Okay, well then he will walk out the door and say, "Come on, probably."
All right, well, probably is reloading.
I'm willing to be drug out the door.
Right,
My apologies. Yes.
You rack another battery in, and Rex Dashington, you're moving out, and these 3 are all going to fire their stunners at you, Rex. So let's see. I'm just going to do 3 20-sided rolls. Now, Rex in his armor is armor class 2, correct?
2.
All right. So 1 lands a hit, and I'm not going to be able to get through your shield with this. So, yeah, basically your shield drops by 14 points as the stun ray kind of crackles over it. And when they say, it's like you guys leave, they don't pursue you, but you do hear one of them. You're not sure if it's the normal looking one or if it's the abomination before God, because the middle of the 2 obviously can't make human like noises. But yeah, it just calls out after you, "Drinks all around!" And you guys are back in the areas, but they are not pursuing you.
Okay, well then I'm gonna reload right outside the door.
Okay.
So I mean, are they're coming towards the door at all, or are they just standing where they were at? Can I hear them moving or anything?
You hear the machinery working.
Okay.
Walt sent you there to do one simple job, and you've made it worse. Congratulations. They didn't before Kabuki, but they do now. Kabuki said, "Do these robots process rum as fuel?" Yes, now they do. All right, so yeah, you guys are back out in the exhibition area on the outside of the security door. What do you wish to do?
You know, if we close this door and bar it or keep it from opening, there are going to eventually be too many of those in there to function, right? Don't you think?
You hear the hissing and slamming sound of the machine from within the room, and a muffled voice say, "Where's the rum gone?"
Man, I don't even think what you I mean, I think, but that's not what I'm talking about here.
We should
That's
just
why
burn
that
the
damn
building
bot
down.
didn't understand me.
Rex just wants to commit mass destruction.
Yeah, where are those batters with the new that we lost?
Somewhere in the ruins of St. Louis or something like that.
Yeah.
We can go dunk some batters.
I mean, we could just tell Walt that we did it.
You're the one that talks to that guy. I mean, if you think that's a good plan, I'm fine with it.
I am going to close the door, and
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to lock it if there's any kind of mechanism to lock it, and then
there is a pretty standard card mechanism. You would need like an employee badge or something.
Does the badge that Rex shows everybody, does it actually look like a badge?
Yeah, you got it from Walt.
Okay, well then I'm going to say, "Hey Rex, when I close this, can you swipe your card over here and lock this thing?"
Of course.
So I'm going to try to close it and see if you can lock that thing.
Yeah, you've used these things before. So beep, it little red light or little green light turns to red, and you hear a clunk.
Okay. We need to find some stuff to put in here, and then you go ahead and Rex. You can call Walt and tell him that the problem's been contained.
Sounds good. So Rex will call up Walt.
Rex Dashington, good to hear from you again. Say, I noticed on the security cameras you were taking a number of animatronics out of the park. What did you do with them?
I hate to tell you this, Walt, but they were in the process of becoming more murder bots, so we took them
heaven.
into the pod. But the problem has been contained.
Very well. Would you give me a little bit more detail than that, please?
Sure. We have contained the problem, but you might want to close the ride down.
Oh, I couldn't close Pirates of the Caribbean. Why, it's a favorite for families and children and has been for centuries. Just tell me what you've done to contain the problem, and I'll send my Imagineers to clean up whatever final details need to be.
Well, we locked the door.
You locked the door to the Pirates of the Caribbean? That's not very helpful.
Well, it's more to the back room where you had your secret Jack Sparrow Terminator project running.
Jack Sparrow Terminator project? Oh, you mean the animatronic repair and replenishment room? That was it?
Sure.
Malfunctioning?
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, Walt. Malfunctioning would be a word for it. I don't know. The controls didn't seem to work right, and now it's making. I don't know. It's instead of the Pirates of Caribbean, it's more like the Pirates of Hell.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound very pleasant at all. But now that I know what's malfunctioning, I can simply log into the master matrix and shut it down permanently myself. Just a moment. There's a pause, and you hear some very, very, very syrupy, saccharine music about the world being small. And then he comes back.
Man, you could have done that shit in the first place.
Now, Mr. Sane, please.
Man, I'm Mr. Insane to you now.
I was not aware that was the problem. Now that you've told me, I know what to do.
But wouldn't that be the first thing you try for every problem?
Unfortunately, it seems like somehow the console is refusing commands to shut down remotely. It keeps reporting an error and a connection problem. I can't log in remotely. You didn't damage the machinery, did you?
Walt, I hate to say it, but you really need to retrain your Imagineers.
Well,
I hate to say it, Walt, but sometimes it's the person in between the thing and the other thing that's the problem. Have you ever thought that you're just a dream?
No, I realize that I am a head attached to a robot body, but I can assure you I am quite awake and, for what passes for it, alive. At any rate, if you could go into the manufacturing area, please, and just make sure the console is intact, I can issue the shutdown command from here, and then the problem will be over.
Okay, so let's say, I don't know, maybe one of those Jack Sparrow bots damaged your console. What would be the remedy for that?
Oh, well, then you'd have to cut main power. But the good news is the main power breaker cutoff is right next to the manufacturing console.
I see. Okay, all right. And let's say that was also unavailable. What would be the next step?
Well, someone would have to go to the main power substation at the Magic Kingdom Fusion Power Station and deactivate it there. If you're saying that you can't reach the main power shutoff for some reason, I can place a call to our power maintenance personnel and have them deal with it directly.
Walt, I'm going to have to put you on hold for just a second, and he'll hit the hold button and say, so what do you think, Doe? You think you can get that power console?
Kevin.
So I think he can. I mean, I don't know what he thinks.
Yeah, I was muted. So how badly damaged was that console after it was shot? Do I recall? Like, was there like you said it was smoking and that there was a fire or sparks?
No, I mean, it was there was a smoldering hole blasted into it. Roll your damage for a laser weapon shot, if you would, please, and we'll proceed apace.
Okay.
Actually, that was for that was for Yang.
Rex, right?
Yeah, you shot it.
Suddenly wishing they hadn't done that.
All right, 15, not too bad.
Not too bad. So yeah, I mean,
Not too
it
bad.
had a, it melted some plastic and damaged some circuitry clearly, but it was not like sparks flying out the back, starting a small fire.
Okay. Do I recall seeing a shut-off switch somewhere next to the console or on it?
Roll a 20-sider.
Okay. Oh shit! Ignore the 5d6. That was queued.
Okay.
So is that a 7 or 17?
That is a.
It's got to be a 7.
Yeah. I mean, mathematically, that is a 7. So, yes, you do recall seeing there was like a, yellow plunger underneath a clear box that had a clip. 8 is marked AZ5.
Okay, I'll tell Rex, hey, there's a chance we could turn it off, but there's probably more Jack Sparrows in there. So we're gonna have to expedite once we get the door open.
Sure, and if you had turned it off correctly the first time, we wouldn't be in this mess.
It was off, if I recall correctly. I was just hoping to make it not working on. Yeah, but sure, this low tech stuff, I'm just not very good with it.
It's all right, Joe. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I know.
Ready,
so I guess let's get in there really quick, like ASAP, and I'll see if I can pull the main switch plug, whatever the hell it is, in that box.
Okay.
Just like a good manager, you got to tell him what to do instead of the other way around.
I'm gonna take out my employee badge and swipe the door and open it.
Door opens. So you guys are expecting trouble, and with probably sane with you, you're not terribly surprised by this, but there's something on the order of about 64 of these things.
Holy crap.
I'm surprised by myself. So
it is a Boschian nightmare. There are some of them with like multiple arms and no legs, like skittering across the ceiling. There are some that appear to be just torsos kind of inching along the floor. This cacophony of dissonant and discordant voices of the Jack Sparrow bots asking why the rum's gone, drinks all around, so on and etc. And so what is probably Sane going to do when faced with this wall of mechanical meat?
Man, this is your personal nightmare for everyone involved, isn't it?
Oh no,
I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, you're gonna target one and shoot. Yeah, when the door pops open, there's one standing right. He's like climbed on top of the console that you guys have to get to, and he just looks at you and says, "Drinks all around," and they all raise their At least the ones near the door. It's about maybe 10, 15 of them raise their musket like weapons to point at you. So go ahead and take your shot at one, probably sane.
Definitely not saying after this. A horrible miss.
Zapped. All right, so you blast in there, and you. I will say that you don't hear the machine working anymore. So
that's good.
All right, so how about Rex Dashington? What is Rex Dashington doing?
He's going to close the door.
So Rex is just going to slam the door shut. Kevin, what is Do-Re-Mi doing? You said you were going to go in there and push the button, right?
Yeah, I was going to rush in there to the button, but I guess the door's been shut in my face.
No, it hasn't been shut. We're going to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Is what we're going to be doing.
I'm hoping these are broadcast power managed, because if they're not, we're going to have some serious trouble.
Kevin, do me a favor and roll initiative for the party.
I got a 6, yes.
All right. 3. So Kevin, you go first. You jump in and you hear blam behind you.
Oh, of course. Of course. Hey, remind me when we're done with this encounter that I need to get my Quado lanced. Yeah, okay. I'm still going for the button.
Okay, for practical purposes, I'm only going to roll a few at a time. I forget, does your armor have an energy shield?
It does. It takes half damage up to 25. So
okay. All right, so let's see.
You sure do got a pretty armor damage.
I'm going to re-roll those because it's kind of hard to see there. All right. So
it's AC2.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, like the hair on you is like standing up, and you're getting goose flesh as you're being lashed by stunner bolts. None of those hit. Good Lord, you are the luckiest guy.
Well, as somebody that's sitting in a room with 64 murder bots with the door shut from the outside, is it lucky?
All right, so there's one more. Come on, give me it. Gods of dice. I don't pray to you very often. I have no tongue for it. Give me an 18.
You son of a bitch!
That was close. That was so close. So, what is your constitution?
It is it's 13, of course.
I am the world's first fully functional homicidal Gamma World GM. I play Gamma World until somebody dies. All right, so that was a 16. You are an 18.
13.
You're 13.
Yeah.
16. Okay, so how much your shield takes half?
It takes half up to 25 points.
Half up to 25
per
points.
turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to say, so that was a 16. And that's every point. Yeah, you're reaching for that button and just your whole body just tenses, your eyes roll back and everything goes black and you land on the floor.
I don't hit the button with my head or anything, right?
Give me a D20 roll. We will see what the gods of fate have for you. No, no, you don't.
That's not an edge case you got to look up? Just check it. Okay.
So you guys hear the crackle of stunners very faintly through this heavy metal door, and then nothing. Hello, RPG Grandma.
Well, it looks like you found yourself in some kind of situation, huh?
You don't hear anything.
Rex is going to unmute the phone Well, we're going to need that emergency power shut off immediately, please.
Oh, of course, of course.
And you might want to rename the ride Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm not sure why I would do that, but let's
You'll
see. All right. So there's a pause, and the rotating yellow lights on either side of this door shut off, and you hear a clunk as the magnetic lock in the door disengages.
Rex is going to open it a crack and see if he can see where Doe is.
No, because there's a bunch of Pirates of the Caribbean bots, mutant Jack Sparrows just kind of milling around.
All 64 of them?
Yes. However, all the lights in the room are off. This is what you see through your snoopers. Snippy, snippy.
All right, probably. Let's see if this works. I'm going to try to draw him out.
Bye.
Rex, he'll open the door and he'll say, "I'm Davy Jones. You can't get my locker." And then he'll start running down the hallway.
Okay. The Captain Jack Sparrow bots see that and hear that, and there is a stampede of feet, arms that are where legs should be, sort of a shuffling sound of robotic bodies, the ones that have no limbs that are scooting along the ground. They are in pursuit of you. What is probably Sane doing?
Yeah, so his his thing was he was running towards them, screaming the Davy Jones locker stuff, running away. Yeah, well, I'm fully running away as well.
Okay. Let me see here. Half a moment. Okay, so I'm sorry, I got distracted. The missus is not feeling well, and I had to make sure she wasn't messaging me. You're looking for Doe while he's leading them away. Was that correct?
I'm running away.
You're running.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and I think the other guy's running away too.
Rex, you're running away. So probably saying you just take off running. Rex, roll initiative, please. I can't wait to shoot you 30 times with stun rings.
I got my own discombobulation at the moment as well.
Okay, so you turn and you start moving out. The ones that are crowded up near the door, I'm going to say there's only really 6 of them that can shoot at you, but they will take a shot at your retreating self. The first 3.
There's only 6, man. It's cool.
That is,
we're still friends, right?
And your shields dip by 10, and the other 3. They all miss. So, yeah, your shield takes a little, has to absorb a little of that, and they are pursuing you, all 64 of them. While
are they faster than us?
Not as such, no. Well, they're not that. You guys are in powered armor, so no, they're not faster than you. However,
good.
Kevin, you wake up. You just kind of groggily come to you have an incredible headache right now. The room is completely empty and the door is slightly ajar.
Do I see the button in front of me?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna push that or kick the bucket off of it or whatever it is, and push that, and then yeah, I'm gonna leave.
All right. So when you hit the button in the completely dark room where nothing is already switched on, the power all starts coming back online.
I'll hit it again really, really hard.
Okay, things start shutting back down.
Okay, well, yeah, that's yeah, I accomplished my mission. Okay.
Meanwhile, back in the park, okay, so it's probably moving in the same direction that that our friendly neighborhood Rex Dashington is moving.
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
Okay, let's roll initiative. Probably saying you can keep ahead of these guys, just keep trucking. Roll initiative, please, for Rex Dashington.
Sorry, you want me to roll or okay?
It is a tie, so you're going to have a few more because they're spreading out are able to shoot you. At first, you hear like laughter and clapping from the few guests that are in the park, and then when they get a good look at the Johnny Depp mutations and horrific things, there's like a few screams of horror. So let's see. I see a pair of hits, so that's going to be that's going to be 13 off your shield and 7, so 20. Your shields are down. However, you are not hit again. So you're trucking along. What is Do-Re-Mi doing now that you've regained consciousness and
so
really switched on and then immediately switched off?
Yeah, I'm gonna look around. So there's nothing in here. I'm gonna look around the door to see if I can see where people have gone. Like peek around it, look left, look right.
It's empty.
Did I come from the left or the right?
You came from well, let's see. So yeah. It would have been your left. As you look out the door, you go left, it's down just a few meters, and then you turn right, and then you're back out in the big theme park attraction.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. I'm going outside. I'm going to close the door even though I don't have the badge, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go outside.
Okay. So you're moving you're moving back outside. Probably saying you're just staying ahead of these things. Rex, you're staying ahead of them, but roll initiative again, please. They've kind of fanned out, so more of them are going to be getting a shot on you.
Nice.
We've been the initiative gods have been very kind tonight.
They have. You guys have been doing great on initiative. I can't see what that one is, but it's probably not.
It's a whole pile of crap.
Yeah. 12 is the highest. 3 1s, 5 and a 12
combined.
Yeah,
5d20 equals 20.
Yeah.
All right. I see an 18 and a 20 there. So
there's no 20.
I see a 6.
Okay, it's cocked. All right. So yeah, your shields had gone down and then started to come back up, and now they've gone back down again. But as it happens, they fanned out that you're going to take some more bolts. So your shields are currently at 17. And there's a couple of hits there.
Damn.
He's gonna start rolling all 64 of these guys.
Not yet. All right, so was it 17 and 13? So that is a strength 10 stun. What is Rex's constitution, please?
It's down to 10.
All right, so a strength 10 versus 10. Let's see. Constitution 10. Strength is 10. Yeah, Rex. A couple of things happen. All the muscles in your body seize up. You pee yourself and then fall over unconscious. No, I just skip the peeing yourself. But yeah, you are stunned and you collapse there. And the crowd of Depp-like horrors gathers around you. And the most human-like of them, the last one to be produced before someone shot the console, puts his foot up in the middle of your back. Not that you're awake to see this, but you see this. Probably say this: drinks all around. And this is very close to the park exit. Some people are laughing and clapping. Other people are running in fear. Right about then, though, Remy, you're looking up Main Street, USA, just in time to see all these flashes of bluish purple converge on Rex, and he goes down.
Okay. I'm going to start going that direction, but I'm going to take a wide berth. I'll go to like the fence line and I'll follow it up to the exit, I guess.
Okay. What is probably Sane doing? You're muted, Dooms.
Yeah, apologies. Yeah. Right. I'm following.
Well, you were in the lead. You were
I'm in the
Rex. So you just hear Rex kind of and you hear a clunk behind you, and the Johnny Depp bots are milling around, and some of them are like pointing in your direction, and one of them is snippy.
All right, thanks for recounting that. I had to step away for a little second.
No,
Bluetooth broke up. Yeah. Well, I'm leading in the direction that takes us as far away from these things as possible in the quickest amount of time.
You can stay ahead of them with your speed. You're moving before them, and you already had a great lead. But they stop gloating over Rex's fallen form, and they pursue you. So you have made it out of the park. Do-Re-Mi, you are just drawing up to where Rex's power armor is lying. There's no holes in it.
Well, I'm going to assume the same thing happened to him that happened to me. So I'm going to go over there and start kicking him, not hard, but pushing him with my foot. Yeah.
All right. So you will be out, what is it? 20 minutes minus every point for your constitution. So yeah, you're going to be out for 10 minutes. One turn, if you will, Rex Dashington. Meanwhile, probably saying you are leading the Sparrow bots on a merry chase. And are you also headed towards the pond with them in tow?
I'd imagine.
Okay. So there are not a few of the Jack Sparrow bots that had come back out of the pond. They're kind of, very wringing their clothes out and that sort of thing and striking poses. And they see you coming. And one of them says, drinks all around. And they take the malfunctioning ones under fire, but not you. So you're basically in the middle of firefight between those Jack Sparrows and these Jack Sparrows.
That thing's been a nightmare.
So to narrate the rest of this, not to rob you of player agency, but unless there is something you wish to do, you watch as the not mutated Jack Sparrow bots that had climbed out of the pond contain the mutated Jack Sparrow bots. And they do not then
Thank God. That was giving me a complex, Bill.
Alpha Complex is a different game.
Yeah, that's a different post-apocalypse nightmare. Rex, you come to with Do-Re-Mi like pushing you with the foot of his powered armor.
I say, get up, Rex. We got to find out what happened to Prowley Sane.
Did you finally fix the console?
I hit the button, but yeah, it's fixed.
All right, good enough for me. Let's find Probably.
I think he went where the robots went, so out towards the pond, I guess.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, so I'll help him
All
get
right.
up. And we'll get out of
So
here.
probably Sade, once the Jack Sparrow bots have dealt with the mutated Jack Sparrow bots, they are incredibly repetitive with what they're saying, but they're clapping you on the back, shaking your hand, doing you sir have had one hell of an adventure, and may you always remember the day when you almost defeated Robot Jack Sparrow. And you get this from like 30 of them.
And for everyone, I say, and you, sir, have had enough.
All right. One of them walks over to a mutated Jack Sparrow that had its hat, this weird tri-corner hat with these braid-like things hanging on it and just all these odd accoutrements, picks it up, dusts it off, and places it on your head.
I'll keep it like the first Delmar iron.
All right. You guys are just getting out into the parking lot near the pond, and you witness the Jack Sparrow bots generally treating Probably Sane pretty nicely. And one of them.
This is my crew, you see.
Yes, one of them strolls up to you, Rex Dashington, looks you seriously in the photoreceptor and says, "Why is the rum gone?"
Ask him, and I'll point to Doremi.
Why is the rum gone?
Yeah, I never saw any rum. I don't know if there ever was any rum. What's rum, by the way?
You must come with me. I'll show you. I have some on my ship. He wraps his arm around you, as do like four more, and he proceeds to push you back towards the park.
Okay.
Well, once Walt is able to get logged back into the maintenance system, the park now has 30 brand new Imagineer bots that all happen to look, act, and sound like Captain Jack Sparrow. Well, I must tell you all, it's a very unusual solution that you came up with to the problems, but I'm sure that the Jack Sparrow bots will have Pirates of the Caribbean functioning again in no time at all. So thank you all very much for your assistance. Now, what was it I could do for you, Rex? I've been so busy. Oh, yes, it was your darling wife in stasis in Cinderella's castle.
Yes, we'd like to take you to the ship to get healed.
Well, of course. You know the way. I have much work to do here, reprogramming the Jack Sparrow bots. So best of luck to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you have any coupons for some free churros while we're here?
Why, you're a park employee and one of my best organic park employees. You may ask a vendor and just present your ID.
Thanks, Walt. You're the greatest.
Yes, I am. All right, he's humming some tune about "Hi ho, it's off to work I go," and you guys head over to Cinderella's castle.
Man, it sounds horrible.
No, churros are great.
Well, and we're supposed to get some rum or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, you are right next door to Club 33. You might be able to get some there.
Well, just in the in the fact that those guys keep looking for rum, I need to find out what it is. So I'd like to ask for some after we get our churros.
Okay. Churros and rum. That actually sounds kind of delicious. Real.
Doesn't it?
Forget the chocolate sauce. Just dip your churro right into some coconut rum or something like that. So you make your way to Cinderella's castle, churros and rum in hand. And of course, you have the elevator that goes up to the top floor. Doesn't take too long to go. When the door opens, you see there is the well, now you know it's an android of some kind wearing the lovely blue dress. She has the blonde hair all done up. And as soon as the door opens, you realize she's holding a rather large bore weapon, and she kind of quickly pans back and forth between you. Halt, intruders.
I will open up the canopy so she can see me, and I'll say, "It's me. I'm back for my wife and daughter."
Oh, hello, sir. It's lovely to see you. Your wife and daughter have been in stasis for, and she rattles off the number of months that it's been. Their current vital signs show that they're resting very well. But I must caution you, due to the pathogen content in the air and their weakened immune systems, they can't be removed from stasis.
Well, that's why we're here. We're here to take the stasis tubes, and we're going to take them to a place where they can be treated.
That's wonderful, sir. The stasis tubes will function for approximately 6 hours on their own internal power cells. Do you have a vehicle appropriate for their removal from here in Cinderella's castle?
We did come on in like some kind of drop ship, right?
Yes.
Man, this is where you tell them their appropriateness, Rex.
Yes, we have a ship that is appropriate.
All right. Is there anything that I can do to help you prepare them for their journey, sir?
Do you happen to have any anti-grav sleds that we could borrow so we could wheel them out to the parking lot?
The Magic Kingdom Maintenance Department has such items available. If you'll wait, I'll call someone from our Imagineering staff to come right up with a couple of the sleds so that you can take your wife and daughter's stasis tubes to your transport vehicle.
Well, all right. I mean, I know the Imagineering staff has problems making functional button boards, but I guess they could handle this. Sounds good.
Okay.
Man,
so,
you got to think about all this stuff this hard? Come on, man. That's your family.
I have to keep my family safe, probably.
She smiles.
Well, you didn't.
Sort of cocks her head a little bit and then looks back at you and says, Imagineers have been summoned. Are you guys doing anything in the interim while they're on their way?
I'll just stand back and look at the Imagineers, whatever.
I'm reloading because these guys, just in case.
Okay, and how about Rex Dashington?
He is going to nervously gaze at his wife and daughter through the, I would assume, glass tubes.
All right. Well, yeah, it's some kind of transparent steel or something like that. So about a half an hour goes by. The female-looking android does not engage you in any conversation. She just stands there and smiles politely, still holding whatever weapon she had. You hear the elevator open behind you, and a voice says, "Drinks all around." There are 2 Captain Jack Sparrows. Each one is pushing a grab sled.
Have you guys been hired by the Imagineering department?
That's the beautiful part. We are Imagineers. And they say this like simultaneously.
Okay,
So,
well,
there's cargo.
thanks for your help. We can take it from here. Doe, would you mind? I'll put a tube on a grab sled. Doe, would you mind pushing that one?
Sure, I'll see if I can handle it.
Yeah, with some manhandling, you guys can get 1 stasis tube on each of the carts.
Yeah, so then we'll take them out to wherever we parked that dropship and head back to the Warden. What's it called? Or whatever ship's in orbit.
Yeah, so it's kind of an autopilot kind of system. Basically, it's push the button. But given that I gave you guys a button to push that could have ended this adventure an hour in, and you didn't do it, perhaps I should require some die rolls. But no, you're able to activate the autopilot system, and you boost back into orbit with them. And the ship docks presumably right where you were before, and you're greeted by the mission commander and some of his medical technicians. Monday is there, and they will take your wife and your daughter to the med bay and see what they can do for them. And that is where we are going to call it for this evening, unless anybody wanted to do anything in the immediate while you're on the Warden.
All good.
Yeah, before Doe actually enters the Warden, he'll look through the window on the dropship at the ship standing out there, and he'll salute and slowly have a tear drop past his eye as he walks towards the door to enter.
Okay. All right. Very cool. So that is where we'll leave it off now. I know tonight, usually for you folks who watch, Kennick is off in Lake Geneva right now. I imagine she's playing a wonderful game of Dungeons and Dragons or something, I would hope. She will hopefully be back next week. I will be back next week. Tomorrow afternoon, Yang Yan Zhao, myself, and the Dungeon Minister will be right here on this channel with Nerd Council of Doom for March of 2024. Doomsword and Kevin will be back on Tuesday for our live Let's Play First Edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons with a whole cast of adventurers as we continue A1 Slay Pits of the Undercity, and we find out what's going to happen to Doomsword's character because he is in a bit of a pickle. So thank you again, Kevin, Yang, and Dooms. I appreciate you guys hanging out and playing with us tonight. Everyone out there in the audience, again, tomorrow I will have up the games for the Guac. And anything in closing, gentlemen? Anything anyone would like to say?
Thanks for the game.
Always.
Both Bill and James Ward.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes. We remember you, Jim. Thank you for that reminder. Yeah. Thanks for the fun, Jim. And we're gonna keep on playing.
Yep.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna scoot on out of here. Love you all. Thanks for hanging out tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, keep your eyes open for Captain Jack Owlbear.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to